everybody. Welcome back to Crafts by KMW. I'm Karen. Thank you so much for clicking on this video to watch it. I truly appreciate it. And as always, I hope you enjoy the video. This is a flip through and review of the Wicked official coloring book that goes with part 1 of the Wicked movie. So I absolutely love Wicked. I've seen Wicked live twice. I saw the movie. I loved it. And I can't wait to purchase it. I'm just waiting until the price goes down. $30 is way more than I want to spend. So I'm just gonna wait a while and hope that price comes down. And I am really excited about part 2. I can't wait to see it. I'm assuming that part 2 will have its own coloring book because this just covers part 1. So before I get into it, I have a couple of disclaimers. So one, there will be spoilers about the movie and the musical as I go through the pages. I can't really talk about the pages without revealing some events and things that happen in the movie and or musical. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to hear any spoilers, then you might want to just bookmark this video and come back to it after you have seen it, the movie. And then the second disclaimer is I have very mixed emotions about this book. I feel kind of let down by it. I was really excited about the book. I love Wicked. When I saw the cover and I saw the likenesses of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and it's an official coloring book, I was just so hyped for it. And now that I have it and I've looked through it a couple times, I feel really let down. So I will be talking about aspects that I really like about the book because there are a lot of things that I like about the book, but there are a lot of huge issues for me as well that I will be sharing. So you're going to hear a lot of ups and downs from me. So I just want to prepare you for that. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the book. I have a couple weeks to decide. Amazon gives you 30 days. So I am still deciding whether I want to keep it or not. I would love to know what you think in the comments. If after the video you think I should keep it or not keep it, please let me know. I would love to see what you guys think. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the book. So the book is about, I want to say about 9 inches square. This is an 8.5 by 11. So yeah, it's about 9 inches square, which is a decent size. And it has a really nice cardboard cover. It's pretty thick. And it has a shiny coating on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a really nice coating on it to protect it. I really like that because as you're coloring, you're constantly opening, closing, moving the book. And I think it's nice to have a protective coating on it. So the front cover is really cute, has a lot of colored images from the book. And then the back cover is pretty much the same, has a really pretty image. So this book is published by a subsidiary of HarperCollins, Deyst Publishing, D-E-Y-S-T. I'm not aware of them, but I know HarperCollins. And I will be talking about HarperCollins quite a few times as we go through this book. They are a very well-known, large, worldwide, well-respected, well-established publisher. And I think that they really let us down with this book. So I will be talking more about that as we go through. The regular price of this book is $17.99. That is exorbitant for the size of the book, the number of pages, the quality, overall quality of the book. It is absolutely outrageous. I did not pay that for this. I think I paid 14 and change on Amazon. It was on sale. So if you want to buy this book, I would absolutely encourage you to not pay full price and make sure that you get it on sale. It is absolutely 150% not worth $17.99. And you'll see why as we go through. So opening up the cover, we get to the first title page, which is just a little like teaser. And you have Elphaba's hat and Glinda's crown. And then we have the full title page. I like this, but I don't understand it. Poppies are not a huge feature of the movie or the Wicked story at all. You do see them when they are on their way to the Emerald City, but poppies really have no story significance in Wicked. So I don't know why there are so many poppies in this book, but I like them. I love poppies. They're fun to color. They look beautiful when they're colored, but I feel like they don't really belong in a Wicked coloring book. In a Wizard of Oz coloring book, absolutely, but not Wicked. And I'm a little disappointed about this. They have this huge empty space, which I think is such a waste. They could have put another image of Glinda and Elphaba here, or an image of the Emerald City, something to make this page a little more interesting. So I was thinking of ways that you could do something with this page. So you could put stickers on there. You could draw images if you're good at drawing. I am not, so I will not be doing that. You could find images from the movie and print them and cut them out and put them in here and kind of make it like a scrapbook page or a journal page. You could put words in here. You could put a quote, like a quote from the movie. I think that would be really cool. So I will probably definitely do, I will definitely do something with this page here to make it more interesting. So before I flip to the next page, which starts the coloring pages, I do want to talk about the paper. So I don't know if you can see very well, but the paper is not good. Like, I'm just going to come right out and say it. For $18 regular price, this paper is terrible. So you can see the word Wicked that's on the previous page right through it. You can even see part of the hat on here. That is, to me, unacceptable. For a book that is $18 to have paper that is see-through, that is inexcusable. Shame on you, HarperCollins. I'm gonna say it. This book, the paper is pretty much just a step or two above copy paper. You can see my hands through it. I don't know if you can on the camera, but I can definitely see the color of my fingers through the paper. It has a kind of a coating on it. It's very, very flat, not toothy at all, but it has sort of a coating on it. So I don't know how well this is gonna take wax pencils. I think that you might have to test them and see how they work. I think oil-based pencils might work better. Markers will work pretty well, I would think. However, you'd have to be careful. If you're gonna use alcohol markers, you will ruin the page behind it. So you might wanna coat it with a light coat of gesso first. Water-based markers I think will work, but to be honest, I think they will still bleed through. Again, this paper is really thin, and I'm not sure if they will keep the paper flat. I think there will be some buckling as well. If you want to use other media, wet media like paint, gelatos, Neocolor 2, watercolors, I don't know. I think you'd have to be very, very careful and use very little water, and just expect that you probably will have some bleed through and that you will have some wrinkling of the paper. This paper is just not good quality at all. Other books, other book publishers and illustrators that have their books in that, $16 to $20 range, like the mythographic books, Kirby Roseanne's, Alan Robert, Hannah Carlson. Their paper is all excellent. It is thick, really high quality paper. You can use wet media on it with no problem. Very little bleed through, very little wrinkling. That's what this book should be made with. So I'm really disappointed in the paper, and that's one of the major reasons why I'm considering not keeping it. So when we flip to the next page, you have the copyright information. This book came out in mid-2024. I just waited on it because I knew it was going to be there, and I knew I could buy it at any time. And I wanted to wait until after I saw the movie. So I saw the movie in December, so then I went ahead and bought it recently. So here's the first page. So this page is really cute. The only problem I have with it is that it is not set properly on the page. It needs to be centered properly. And again, for a book that you're paying $18 for full price, something like this should not happen in the book. So next we have a picture of Glinda, and I'm going to talk about the likenesses here, and I will probably mention it multiple times as we go through more pages. So from the cover, you see that this Glinda looks very much like Ariana Grande, and it sucks you in and makes you think that all of the images in the book are going to look like Ariana Grande. And this one definitely does not. She's pretty, no mistake. This is a very pleasant image, but it does not look like Ariana Grande. And that's where my issue comes in, that the likenesses of the characters are not consistent, especially with Glinda. Glinda's likenesses are all over the place, and you'll see that as we go through the book. The likenesses of Cynthia Erivo and Elphaba, they're much better. So, and it's more consistent throughout the book. But again, in a book published by a well-known publisher that retails for $18, should not have discrepancies and variances in the looks of the characters, especially when you're representing characters in a movie. But the image is lovely. It really is. And then we have, this is just a generic image. Again, very pretty. I could see this bottle looking gorgeous in green for the potion that Oz gives to Elphaba's mother before she has Elphaba. So lovely image. And then here we have another image from early in the movie. This shows baby Elphaba and her nurse, her caretaker, who is a bear. And I don't remember the name of the bear, but this is actually a really lovely image. It's directly from the movie, but I do want to mention, I think this is a good image to talk about this with, and I'll probably say this many times as I go through the book. The look of the images, within images and across images in the book is not consistent. So this book is illustrated by Carolina Zambrano. Now, when I see the word illustrated, to me, and I don't know how you feel about this, let me know in the comments. I feel like it means that the book was hand-drawn by this person. This book is absolutely not hand-drawn. I can believe that maybe some parts of it are hand-drawn, but most of the book is either AI or other types of images that are composed into one image. Like within this page, you see so many different styles. You see very light pen work. You see, like here, you see line work. Then you see shading in some areas. You see very dark lines here. So this is not a hand-drawn book. So if you're expecting that, that's not what this is. And again, I think if you're going to put illustrated by on the front cover, the book needs to be hand-drawn. And if it is not, I think another word could be used. Maybe no word, just by Carolina Zambrano, or curated by, or assembled by, whatever. But it's definitely not illustrated because these images are not hand-drawn. And I don't mean to criticize the illustrator. I do not know anything about her. It does give a little blurb about her at the end of the book. I've never seen her work before, but it is obvious that this book is not drawn. And I think that the publisher should be more forthright with that fact. All right, so next we have a picture of Shiz. I think this will be absolutely beautiful colored. You could look online to see what Shiz looks like, or you could do your own things. I think a lot of these designs would look beautiful in greens. I think the floor could be many different colors. I think it would look really cool yellow to kind of signify the yellow brick road. I think there's a lot you could do with this image. So here we have Glinda and Elphaba in their room. So when they find out that they are going to be roommates. This image here does not look anything like Ariana Grande. I actually don't like this face. And again, it looks different from every other face in the book, every other representation of Glinda, Ariana Grande. This image looks really close to Cynthia Erivo, and I really like this one. I think this page will look absolutely gorgeous. Colored, you can do all the suitcases pink. There'll be a lot of pink in here, and possibly golds. So pretty. And then here we have another generic page with books and roses and the welcome pack to Shiz. Absolutely love these borders. Very beautiful. And then we have this image of Glinda, I think, coming to Shiz. I'm not exactly sure why the placement of this image is here, because just the page before we have her in her room. So, and this book is mostly chronological, which I think it should absolutely be if it is representing a movie. So I don't know whether this was a mistake, or I really don't know why this page is where it is. I like the page. I think it's really pretty, and will look beautiful colored, but it belongs like 2 or 3 pages ahead of where it is. So next we have a picture of Nessa Rose, Elphaba's sister, and Nessa Rose's father. If you've seen the musical, you know that the representation of Nessa Rose and Elphaba's father is totally different in the musical than in the movie, but in the movie they had him dressed normally and not in the robes like they do in the musical. Here's a really lovely picture of a slipper from Glinda. Again, we have that pretty border. So this is Bach, and he is the young boy who has a crush on Glinda. I don't remember how the actor who played Bach looks in the movie, so I don't know if this is a good likeness or not. I'm not really sure, and I forgot to go check. So here we have the scene where Madame Morrible is trying to take Nessa Rose to her quarters to watch over her, and Glinda doesn't, excuse me, Elphaba doesn't like that, and she has a magical outburst. So I think this is a neat page. And again, this is a very good likeness of Cynthia Erivo. I don't know if this is a good likeness of the actor who plays Nessa Rose. I can't remember. So this is one of my favorite scenes from the movie. This is where she sings The Wizard and I think this will look gorgeous, colored. You can make it really vivid and colorful. And this is a really nice likeness of Cynthia Erivo. So here we have Dr. Dillamond, and then Dr. Dillamond's classroom. So here we have Glinda and Elphaba's room now as it has been divided. So I think this will look really great with lots of pinks and greens, darker colors for Elphaba. This will be a gorgeous page finished. So here we have Madame Morrible, played by Michelle Yeoh, and she is fantastic in it. She's not in it a lot, but she is really, really good as Madame Morrible, and this is a pretty good likeness of her. So here we have a generic page of, I would assume, Madame Morrible and Elphaba learning about the Grimoire and that, because she does take Elphaba under her wing. So this is another page that I really like. I think it'll look gorgeous as it's colored. So this is a scene that's not in the musical, but Elphaba spies on Dr. Dillamond as he is meeting with other animals to talk about the situation that's going on with animals losing their ability to talk. So this will be a really great page. And again, great likeness of Cynthia Erivo. So here we have Prince Fiero coming to Shiz. And then we have Bach and Nessa Rose. I believe this is the scene where he's asking her to go to the big party that they're going to have at the Oz Dust Ballroom. Here is just a generic picture of Elphaba's hat. And then here is a picture. To be honest, I don't know what this picture is. I don't remember this from the movie. I don't know who that character is. I couldn't tell you how this fits in this book. And to be honest, I'm kind of thinking it doesn't. If you know, if you remember from the movie or whatever, please let me know in the comments, because I just haven't had time to look it up. And I would like to know how this scene fits in here, because I really don't think it does. To be honest, if I keep this book, I'm probably not going to keep this picture. I will probably print a copy one of the others and put it on top, just glue it on top and just color it a different way. So next we have the scene between Madame Morrible and Glinda when she gets her training wand. I don't really like the background of this. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I guess you could just color however you want. I don't remember in the movie it being anything outstanding. I know that that in the movie she gives her the training wand at the Oz Dust Ballroom, so you could probably color it the same way you color some of the other pages from the Oz Dust Ballroom. So this is another one of my favorite scenes from the movie. I love the depiction of Elphaba. She looks pretty good. Not a lot like Cynthia, but she does look pretty good. I cannot stand this face on Glinda. Again, looks nothing like Ariana Grande. Just, I don't know. I think that they could have done so much better. And I can't understand how someone looked at this and said, oh yeah, that face looks great. Because it doesn't. If I were an artist, I would white it out and draw it again, but I'm not. So I guess I'm going to be stuck with it, but I don't like it. And again, you just see how different the styles are. And this just is clearly not hand-drawn work. So here we have a page of Elphaba and Glinda. Good likeness of Cynthia Erivo, terrible likeness of Ariana Grande. I'm not sure what this is supposed to depict. I don't know if it's supposed to be kind of a throwback to the program from the musical. I'm not really sure. And then you have, I believe this is supposed to be a double page spread, and you have part of the bedroom in there. So here is the front cover artwork, which I love. I think that is a really cute picture and looks like the characters from the movie. Here we have a scene again that is not in the movie, not in not in Wicked whatsoever. Nessa Rose does not go through the poppy field at any time. She's never together with these characters, so I don't know what this is. It's a neat illustration, but it's not from the movie, so I'm not sure why it's in here. So here we have a nice picture of Elphaba. This is probably one that I would say looks the least like Cynthia Erivo, but it is a nice depiction. And then here we have Elphaba, like just her bottom, her shoes, and I don't understand the importance of this, but I think it's a neat illustration. So next we have a picture of the lion cub. And then we have this picture from the classroom when Elphaba freezes everyone and her and Fiyero make off with the cub to rescue him. I don't know why there's poppies in here. I don't know if I remember poppies from the movie. There may have been. I think this will be a nice page when it's colored. I think it'll be really pretty. So here is where they are outside. They have rescued the cub. Not a good likeness of Cynthia Erivo. Again, these pictures of the main characters are just varying so much that it just really annoys me. And then here's Fiyero. I don't know if that's a good representation of the character. I think it's a decent one. I think he does look kind of like this, so I don't think it's bad. So here we have Glinda and Fiyero together. Horrible, horrible depiction of Ariana Grande there. Doesn't look anything like her. And then Cynthia Erivo. So this is when I'm Not That Girl would be sung. So here we have Elphaba's invitation to the Emerald City. And then all the luggage and her taking off to go to the Emerald City. So in this illustration, and I don't love the images. These I can almost believe are hand-drawn because they don't look as good. I think her body position just looks kind of weird. But this is when Elphaba's taking off for the Emerald City, and at the last minute, she asks Glinda to come join her, and Glinda is rushing to get on the train. I think you can do a lot of things with the train here. I believe the train was green, and so I think this will look exquisite colored. So then here we have the Emerald City. And then we have the balloon. I'm not really sure why this is there. It does play a role at the end of the movie, but I don't know if it really needed a page of its own. It really doesn't fit there either, but here we have Glinda and Elphaba at the Wizamania show. And then here we have the Wizard in his technological form, and then here he is as a person. In the film, Jeff Goldblum plays the Wizard, and this looks nothing like him at all. And then here we have the Wizard's chambers. I think this will look lovely colored. And then we have a monkey. I believe this is Chistery. Chistery is like the main monkey, the head monkey. And then here we have Elphaba reading the Grimoire. And then here we have the two girls running away. A lot happens. I won't give that up to you, but they find something out and they are like, nope, we're out of here. So then we have 2 pages. One is, I believe this is either Glinda's wand or Alphaba's wand. I think maybe Glinda's because it has the bubbles. And then here we have Alphaba's room. And then this is, I believe, behind the Wizard of Oz. So like the room that's behind the mask. And then this scene depicts after the monkeys have been changed and given wings by Alphaba. I think this will look neat colored. And then here is the image of Alphaba using the broom to fly away. I just think the position of her body is a little weird. I like the scene though. I think it'll look great colored, but I just think the body position just looks a little awkward there. And then we have some poppies. Again, I'm not sure why. This is a lovely image of Glinda. Doesn't look super like Ariana Grande, but it's a better depiction. Just a lovelier face in general than some of the other faces on her in the book. But this will look gorgeous, gorgeous colored. And then here we have the townspeople, Ozians, very excited that the Wicked Witch is dead. This is a scene that's more in the movie, not as much in the musical. You don't really see like that atmosphere or that kind of thing. So I like that. And then we have a final picture of Alphaba, which looks a lot like Cynthia Erivo. This is great. And Destined to Fly. And then you have the little blurb about the illustrator. So that is the book. I would love to know what you think. I think even after doing this video, I'm still not sure what I want to do. Again, I would love to see your thoughts of whether I should keep it or send it back. I am so torn, but there's just so many things about it that should be better for the price. Even the price that I paid, 14 and change. I think that the issues with it just should not be there for that price point. I think it does depict a lot of images from the movie very well. And I hope that when they do the second book for the second movie, that it is done way better. And I'm hoping that maybe feedback and comments from people like us will help them to make better decisions to make the second book much, much better. So with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. You can also follow me on Instagram and join my Facebook group if you would like. So thank you so much again. I hope you have a fantastic day and of course, a very crafty day.